right, welcome back. It's time for us to get into our interactive conversation segment where we want to be hearing from you on the topic that we're about to discuss. Now, of course, on top of everybody's agenda, or not maybe not agenda, but on top of everybody's mind is a current renewed fight against Galamsey. Critical fight it is, and it's important for us to understand what's going on and put things in perspective. Now, as for us here at Channel One TV, we came up strong and said we stand against Galamsey. We sparked the flame. A lot of people will begin to see footage of rivers that it's like everywhere you pass, every region of Ghana, there's a polluted river, there's decimated land surface, and all of that was going on. Now, after we did that, we also had a lot of groups, different groups, religious groups, civil society groups, organized labor, and all of that came on board and spoke up and stated their stance against Galamsey and irresponsible mining. Now, the government responded, and let's just go and give you a snippet of what it is. Oh no, let's just read the whole statement of what this came for as a communications directorate of Jubilee House. It's a statement from the president. So, President Akufo-Addo reaffirms commitment to end illegal mining. Now, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has taken action in response to a press release issued by organized labor on 7th of October 2024. Now, calling for an immediate halt to illegal mining, Galamsey in quotes, in and around water bodies and forest reserves. Now, in a demonstration of government's commitment to tackling the issue, President Akufo-Addo, through the relevant sector ministers, invited the leadership of organized labor to a meeting held on Tuesday, 8th of October 2024, at the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. Now, following the meeting, the President has, in a letter dated the 9th of October 2024, and addressed to the leadership of organized labor, outlined the following measures to address their concerns. Deployment of additional military personnel. The President has directed the Minister for Defense to deploy additional military forces to intensify the ongoing Operation Halt, which aims to curb illegal mining activities. The operation will be bolstered by the deployment of naval boats on polluted river bodies to ensure that the immediate cessation of all mining activities, legal or illegal, in and around these water bodies. Now, suspension of mining in forest reserves. The President has instructed the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, along with the Environmental Protection Agency, to suspend the enforcement of the environmental protection regulations, that's mining in forest reserves, the LI 2462, with immediate effect. All right, and then the point 3, strengthening prosecution of illegal mining cases. In a bid to enhance legal action against illegal mining activities, 4 dedicated courts have already been established. Now, the President has further directed the Attorney General to work with the Chief Justice to increase the number of courts handling cases related to illegal mining. And finally, point 4, call for a national pact on illegal mining. The government has urged organized labor to encourage all presidential candidates and their political parties to sign a pact committing themselves to the fight against illegal mining as part of their election pledges. Now, in light of these decisive actions, government respectfully requests that organized labor suspend its planned strike action on the 10th of October 2024 and collaborate with government and other stakeholders to ensure the effective combat of the Galamsey menace. President Akufo-Addo remains determined to end illegal mining and calls on all citizens, political leaders, and stakeholders to unite in this critical national effort. Signed off by Eugene Ahin, who's the Director of Communications Office of the President. Now, I think this is a fantastic press release. It encapsulates basically the demands that we've all been making, right? Some people feel that it's not as drastic as we would want it to be. However, I think there's always a balance. Yeah. Okay, it's very, for me, I think it's always important to maintain balance. Remember that if organized labor goes on strike nationwide, it's a crippling of the economy that you're looking at. Yes. Right? Now, you ask yourself, on one hand, you're saying that there's a water crisis looming. Right. But are we then also not looking at the economic crisis that will happen as a result of a complete shutdown of government and of the economy?
Kweku, I think this is all that we've been asking for the whole time. We've been chanting and making noise about the need for a ban on illegal mining. So this statement or this presser is a step in the right direction. We can start off with this.
Yes.
And interestingly, since the military was deployed and they've been going around, I've seen some reports from, of course, Channel One TV as well as City 97.3 and Fred Zuho's social media as well. And it will interest you to know that throughout the whole military process, they haven't been able to arrest one single human being on the water bodies.
Yes, because you know the way the system works, right? It's very easy to tip people off, right? So, for example, you're entering a town, and when you enter, soldiers cannot come under camouflage, right? So either you're flying by helicopter into the place or you're moving by ground troops. Now, guess what? If you're entering a town, right, the military vehicle is spotted, okay?
It's just a phone call. Yes.
The phone call goes much faster than the vehicle will drive.
And the thing is, if you know you're doing something right, why are you running away?
No, of course, but they know they're not doing something right.
They should have been there for the military to come and meet them.
No, so interesting, and we're going to look at this shortly. Fred Duho interviewed one of the military officers who was in charge of the operations, and he was saying that at in some cases, they actually see people in the water swimming away, you know, and fleeing. They actually spot them fleeing, you know, but they haven't yet been able to apprehend physically any particular person. Let's take a look at that report from Fred Duho, our colleague. Okay, right, so we'll wait for that, and we will take a look at that shortly.
Yes, but in the meantime, you can join us right here in the studio. Let's have an amazing conversation right here on the show. The number to call is 026-400-7720, 026-400-7720. Do call us, or you can send your WhatsApp message on the number 020-444-7033. That is for WhatsApp, 020-444-7033. Alternatively, you can drop your comments on social media on our comment in the comment section using the hashtag Breakfast Daily. Let's have this conversation with you right this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kweku. So
yes.
I mean, I love it, and I hope that this would stay on for a while so we can restore our water bodies. We can see clearly the beautiful things or the beauty of nature. Yesterday, I was watching a video of a part of the water body where Galamsey has destroyed. And if you look at the aerial view of the scenery, Kweku, it's beautiful except for the water that is murky.
Yeah.
It takes so much away from the whole, I don't know, beauty of the scenery. Anyway, we have a call on the line. Hi, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Opampa Sambalagi, speaking from Japa in Japa.
Right, Samuel from Japa. Did I hear that right?
Yes.
All right, speak to us.
Yes. So, I want to say that it is an excellent start from the government. I also want to commend Panawan TV for the aggressive information you got us. We, the youth, we are very happy the government is also taking the initiative. But I want to plead with the government that as all the strategies we have brought out, they should remain committed to it. We don't want any interference. All that Ghanaians were asking of things we have done justice to it, but we want them to be fair with what we have brought out. We want them to be fair, and we know that by the grace of God, if they continue with this, we'll be able to restore our water value. That's how we do it.
All right, Samuel, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you very much.
All right. So Samuel says he's happy about the directive from the president, of course, deploying military men to take up this cause. And Kweku, as I was saying early on, I'm hoping that we are able to see a restoration of our forest reserves, a restoration of our water bodies, because look, a lot of people, a lot of households depend on these water bodies. There was a story I was showing you, I think yesterday, of a town in I think the western region, where the whole community, they depend on the river. And it is so murky that it's the same water the children are standing in to take their bath before they go to school. They fetch the same water to brush their teeth. And if you look at such a situation and you are thinking that I am down here in Accra, I have access to potable drinking water, which is being contaminated, by the way, or I have access to sachet water, or I can afford sachet or bottled water. Think about the ordinary Ghanaian who doesn't have the luxury to be able to afford such things. The teachers in the school, in the community, were saying that, look, every day we spend a little over 50 cedis or even more to buy water.
That's unacceptable.
Yes.
You know, I think that we should commend the government for making a move. Howbeit it appears under duress, but still they made a move, and it's good. We're happy about it. But our work here is to police the system and make sure that what government has committed itself to do, what the president has committed himself to do, will actually be done and will follow through. So yes, we'll be bringing you updates, we'll be bringing you images of what's going on. Like we said, our correspondents are also embedded with the teams, and so we'll be bringing you images of all of that, you know, so that we keep you abreast and you get to know exactly what is happening. Once the water bodies start to recover, that already is the proof that the work is beginning to have an impact, right? And so that's what we're looking forward to. I mean, for me, the next 2 weeks, which is what the apparently initial deployment is supposed to be for the next 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, if there's proper cessation, within 2 weeks, we should begin to see a change beginning to happen. All right. We have a caller from Adenta. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes. Good morning.
I think what is going on, in addition, the government must begin digging boreholes for the places where they don't have the good water.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Borehole. Hello.
Yes. What's your name, please? Kindly reduce the volume on your TV and talk to us through the phone.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm saying that, in addition, the government must begin drilling boreholes for the affected communities.
Okay. That's a good. All right. Thank you. That's a good suggestion. All right. Thank you. All right. So
that's what he feels.
That's what
about
he feels.
it.
Yes.
I think it's a good.
Well,
good thought.
But you also know that it's not everywhere.
I was going to say exactly
drill
that.
Boreholes,
yes, I was going to say exactly that. Because when you take my hometown, for example, we have serious water issues, and the land is so. The land is so clay that when you drill the borehole, you get water just for a short period of time, and then it dries up.
Yeah.
So in that case, there's no way a borehole will survive in such a community.
And you know, a lot of the groundwater pools are salty.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you happen to have water but it's salty, that's also another problem. You know. And so, yes, it's not everywhere you can drill a borehole successfully for you to use it.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a good suggestion, and maybe that's what the government may consider as well. Yeah. I was saying, you know, before the call came through, I think that it's important for us to police the process and make sure that what the government has committed to do, we start seeing it happen, right? Beginning with the deployment of the soldiers, we've seen that, right? I'm looking forward to Parliament resuming, because for me, it's really important for us to expunge that LI 2462 from our books entirely. Okay, there's no reason under the sun why we should have people going into forest reserves to mine.
Cool. We have a call on the line. Just hold your thoughts. I'll come back to you. Hi, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you doing? Where are you calling from and your name?
My name is Yusuf. I'm calling from Tamale.
All right, let's hear you from Tamale.
Yes, I think that it is a very good step that government has started and fighting this with resources. Now, I think that the main thing is for you, the media, to stay with resources and then report on their daily progress. Because I think that as soon as we start registering on small progress, we are likely to, like everybody will take their minds off, and then we'll get back to the usual situation. And then secondly, the issue with the university tickets. So now that government has started, what are they doing with their facts? Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. Right. Please, when you call us, kindly reduce the volume of your TV set and speak to us through the phone so that we can have a very beautiful conversation. If you are listening to us through the TV, you want to hear yourself, we can't hear what you're saying. Right. So I think you were saying that he thinks we, the media, should also police it, as you rightly said, so that we would fight against it. But I think...
And I think you made a comment that a lot of the times when these interventions begin, as soon as we start to see success, everybody tunes away, and it's like, okay, it's beginning to work, so we turn our eyes off. But it's encouraging the media to follow through and to keep showing till we get the results that we want.
And Kweku, one thing that off the top of my head I think would be a great help to fight this whole menace is education and sensitization, especially to the people who are involved directly in the illegal mine. Sometimes I want to give people the benefit of the doubt that they may not know the effects or the damage or the harm they are causing to the environment and to us all. So maybe some education and not just the arrest and all of that. And when they are properly educated and they understand it, like the story of the town, help me with the name of the town.
Is it Jema?
Jema, exactly. Where the chief and the whole people understand that, look, this is it. I mean, it will be of great help.
Well, we have Evans on the line. Hello, Evans.
I'm calling from Brekum.
From Brekum, okay, all right. Talk to us.
Hello.
Yes, talk to us.
I want to express myself. I want to go express myself in my local dialect and continue properly. If that's okay.
Yes, go ahead.
But for me, I feel the government is not putting in the work or doing the right thing, because you can't tell me that you are fighting everything. You tell them the day that you are coming around. Definitely they will not be around. And then they basically deflate. You can't fight. You can't tell them that you are fighting this thing when you are giving them prior notice, when they know that you are coming this very day. Everybody is ready now. You want to surprise them. And I can't remember, I watched one of the programs and said the last time the government was fighting this thing, this guarantee. I remember one of the joint news, or more officials maybe call one of the guys. And people were not aware. Only security measures, security personnel
men and then some girls maybe, and what they did to them was like it was something else. It was something else. And I think the government should do more, because what he's doing as you can't tell me that you're fighting in this week. What around moment trying to you should just surprise you, just catch them by surprise. That's how it's supposed to be done. What do you expect the person to do?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Evans, thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, I understand Evans' frustration, right? Because if you announce ahead of time and then they disappear before you show up, you know. But I also see from another perspective where the whole, what we're trying to do is to get our water bodies to recover.
Exactly.
Right? Ask yourself the question, if there's supposedly 2 million people involved in the small scale mining sector, and a lot of these are galamseyers, right? Let's even say 500,000 galamseyers. Do we have prisons and police stations to handle 500,000 people if we're going to be arresting everybody that's involved, right? The idea is for them to stop and to clear out of our water bodies. And so for me, it's not so much catching people red-handed as it is in destroying their ability to actually do the work in the water bodies and making the water bodies a no-go zone, and making the forest reserves a no-go zone, you see, so that you know that as you are there, you could be arrested at any point in time. But you know, it's like how sometimes, you know how when this police visibility thing started, right? We used to have motorbikes parked at traffic lights, you know, and then you see a few policemen standing there. Everybody behaves themselves. Nobody wants to jump traffic because it's like that alone, that reaction. So for me, this is what we're trying to do, because where we are is critical that our water bodies recover as quickly as possible. All right, let's take a look at this report with Fred Ho when he was moving with the military team.
The Anti-Illegal Mining Task Force, Operation HALT, deployed by the government, has destroyed approximately 20 chanfans and 10 industrial water pumping machines on the Brim River. The task force launched its operation on the morning of October 10, 2024 in the Itiwa East and West districts of the Eastern region.
These officers are going to swim across this river. They've spotted a chanfan on the water and they are carrying a hammer that they are going to use to destroy the chanfan. But how to get there is one of the things they've done over the period, and they are used to it. So they're going to swim all the way to that end before they get close to the chanfan to destroy it.
Speaking to the media, the Operation HALT commander, Colonel Eric Tinedu, expressed optimism about the effectiveness of the exercise.
The Joint Task Force has a clear and unambiguous mission of clearing all our water bodies of mining activities. And at this time, we are not looking at whether the person has the required documents or not. So far as you are on our water bodies or you are along the water bodies, you are our target. We are trying to clear all of them from our water bodies to make sure that our water bodies return to the normal color that we are all looking for.
He explained that the first phase of the operation will last for 2 weeks, after which the task force will move to other locations.
So the immediate assignment is estimated to last for about 2 weeks. Then after that, we'll know what to do next, or depending on the instructions and the directives that we'll receive after that one.
Are you surprised that going to about 3 or 4 sites so far, you've not seen illegal miners doing active mining? Are you surprised about that?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm surprised because one way or the other, they get the information that we are coming. But then sometimes, before we disembark, we see some of them trying to run, and we pursue them. Just that we've not been able to arrest any of them, but we've been able to destroy some of the equipment.
The directive to ban chamfans on water bodies was clear, according to Colonel Tinedu. He added that forest reserves and other illegal mining hotspots will be targeted in subsequent phases of the operation. The exercise was carried out in collaboration with the Ghana National Small-Scale Mining Association. No arrests were made as illegal miners abandoned their operations upon learning of the military's presence. At the end of today's...
All right, so that is Fred Duho bringing us a report from the field. Yeah. The eastern region has been ravaged quite badly, you know, by Galamsey, and so the military task force deployment that was there, and like you heard the man say, right, whether you have documents or you don't have documents, if you're in a river body,
exactly,
we're getting you out. You know, there's no excuse, because I think for me, a lot of people have hidden behind the issue of legality.
Yes,
right. They say, "Oh no, we are legal. Oh, our papers are here," but you're being irresponsible. Why are you in a river?
Yes, why are you destroying the water body?
Why are you destroying the water body? You shouldn't even be mining in a river. You know, and the license, there's nobody is supposed to have a license that says you can be in a water body. You know, so good start there. And so we understand this. Now the message has come.
Right.
It says, yeah, you want to go?
Sure, why not? It says, Galamsey is work for the youth because there's so much unemployment in the country. Leaders have to put some measures in place for the workers to follow with regards to mining. If they fail to do so, then let them face the law. Lastly, government should chase the Chinese away from the country and allow the citizens to work. You didn't add your name or your location to this one.
Now, another message here says, I feel the sanctions and punishment for being caught or associated in any way with Galamsey are not steep enough. From the people who sell to unlicensed miners to people who receive payments and bribes to allow people to mine illegally are and should be treated as accomplices. All right, so that's what you say there.
Kweku, there's one from Obuasi, coming from one Joshua. He says, I think the state of our water bodies today needs drastic measures. Deploying military and all is good, but I think a temporary ban is the way to go.
Well, that's sharing your thoughts there. We really appreciate that. But yes, I mean, I think that we've done good effort so far. The entire country, we've rallied behind, you know, the call to stop Galamsey now. Finally, we are seeing some renewed action. We're going to be policing this. We're going to be staying focused. We're going to be working with them. That's the various deployments through, and make sure that what the president has promised to do is what is actually being done. Right. And so thank you very much for your calls that you've called to express your thoughts and the messages that you send through as well.
Of course, and also you can keep the conversation going on social media. The fact that we've ended the conversation here this morning doesn't mean that the fight against illegal mining has ended. Let's continue to keep the conversation on social media using the hashtag #StopGalamsey. Now you can tweet at us via our social media platforms, Channel 1 TVGH, using the hashtag #StopGalamsey. Now together, let's see the Ghana we want to enjoy. Right. So thank you so much to all who called and sent your messages. Bakweku, now it's time to take a look at an interesting conversation you had. But before that, we'll take a break, and then when we come back, we'll show you the conversation. Do stay with us.